Welcome to my Reiki healing. If you're open to receiving this healing, to say, I accept. Today I'll be working with my elemental dragon, the metal dragon, gold dragon. So I'm going to ask assistance of my metal dragon, spirit guide, to surround me at this time and assist me in this healing. I'm setting attention in a filter program that only vibrations of unconditional love may enter and pass through to me. All lower vibration energy will be returned to a cinder and light. And I shall begin now. Welcome in to this Reiki healing session. The energies are very calm tonight. I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. Nope, that's not it. I guess not. Okay. Welcome to this late night Reiki session. It's 2:44 a.m. right now, where I'm at. Almost 3 a.m. The mosquitoes are still finding a way to bite me, but it's not too bad. So interesting is like the mosquitoes, like they can sense like when the live stream is on. Can't really see what's back there. Just a whole bunch of trees. I don't think the light is bright enough to show you. It looks pretty cool when it's that one out here. It's so quiet. Very magical. Can't really see that. I got this other light, but it's still hard to see. Like when you look at the trees, or like if I look straight up, there's a star like directly above. This little opening up here. So now I'm going to start removing blockages to the heart chakra. So removing all blockages to the front of the heart chakra. Now moving to the right side of the heart chakra. Now the back of the heart chakra. The back of the higher heart chakra, which is located between the shoulder blades. And now the left side of the heart chakra. Sealing the heart chakra in the pink ray. Now I'm going to work my way up from the root chakra to the crown chakra. So I'm going to start first on the root chakra, removing blockages from the root chakra. And the earth star chakra, can't forget that. Pulling out any cords and attachments to the root chakra. Feeling the root chakra with the color red. Making my way up to the sacral chakra. Removing blockages to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is now being filled with the color orange. Now moving to the solar plexus chakra. Opening up. Removing any energetic cords and attachments to the solar plexus. The solar plexus is now being filled with the color yellow. And I'll be using this gold. Now, making my back up to the heart chakra. Since I already cleared the heart chakra, I'm just going to go over it one more time. Filling the heart chakra with the color green. And feeling the higher heart chakra with the color pink. Now I'm making my way up to the throat chakra. I'm going to go all around the throat chakra. So starting at the front of the throat chakra, removing any cords and attachments, blocks. Making my way to the right side of the throat chakra. You move your awareness to the right side. Making my way to the back of the throat chakra. Now we're to the left side of the throat chakra. Removing all psychic influences and cords. The throat chakra is being filled with the blue color or the blue ray. Making my way up to the third eye chakra, removing all psychic influences, hypnotists, mental programmings from TV, television, ads, removing psychic influences and cords to the third eye. Moving to the right side of the third eye, which is located on the right side of your head. Moving to the back of the third eye, I'm also going to clear the sacred mind at the same time, the halo behind the head. And moving to the left side of the third eye. Feeling the third eye with a deep blue color. Working to the crown chakra, removing blockages from the crown chakra. Spinning the vortex. Flowing in divine consciousness, adamantine light particles through the crown chakra, down to the base of the spine and back up. Breathing in air or energy, chi, through the heart, higher heart chakra, passing through the sacred mind, through the third eye, and back through the higher heart chakra to the root. And asking Dear Source Creator for a translucent shield of light. I return this energy back to its sender. I'm not accepting this energy. And now it's time for me to read the comments. So I'm confused, but invested. I don't know why. I don't understand the spiritual aspect of this yet, but it's relaxing. Thank you for being open-minded. Hello, good brothers and sisters. There are two forms. Dark ones? I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now. I'm kind of confused. Dark and light. I don't really get all into that, to be honest. I just focus on healing. Thank you. Oh, I have lots and lots of videos that probably have a clearer shot. I'm always. How does a spider? How did he even get right here? He's just hanging like. He's just chilling. I'm surprised I see you. Let me just get you off of there. Do you fall from the tree or something? You must have fell from the tree. He said the lightning bug like a fairy. They were going like crazy out here earlier. Oh, what's this? Some more. This is the most calm energy I had so far throughout the live streams this whole week. Sounds like one of the semi tracks. I can actually feel the chakra actually turn in my body when I do that. You know, this chakra is actually turning this way. It's turning like that, and then it flows up. And the third eye, now it's flowing this way. Solar plexus is flowing this way. The heart chakra is flowing this way. I'm going to use this emerald crystal. Oh, hello, Spirit. It's 311. You are very welcome. Yes, I have quite a few crystals with me right now. You're welcome. With this channel, I'm starting to feel that energy stream flowing. It's hard to explain, but there's like 3 energy streams that flow through our body. There's one that's going up, and there's another one that's going down, and then there's one right in the middle that's constantly moving like this. You can feel that stream when it's not blocked. It's like this a fullness. Comes down. You can feel it because it usually feels like there's a whole lot of heat. Once you align it and remove all the blocks, you can feel the heat rise up from your spine to the back of your head, pass through the sacred mind, and then to the front of the third eye, like an arrow. It goes up, and then you start to hear like a whole bunch of popping and vibrating in the center of your head, like in the pineal gland. It's almost like when I do this, it's almost like I can feel in the center of my head getting squeezed, like the pineal gland. definitely need to get better at my communication skills. Um, Sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. I usually go to bed around 3 a.m. because I don't get off to work until real late. It's usually when the spiritual masters are trying to communicate at 3 a.m. Spirit guides, Palladians, Octurians, they're usually there to do healing work on you. You can ask them before you go to sleep. They can heal you. As the time goes, I can start to feel more of the elemental energy. And I'm starting to feel the trees again. Thank you. I don't really have the best communication skills because I spend most of my day not talking until I get on live. I love hugging the trees. They all have different personalities to them. I can feel that there must be an animal nearby. Their energy is like very awake. They have this very alert feeling. I'm trying to figure out. It's like I can feel it. The animal. It sounds like this animal over here and over here. It could be a raccoon. If I'm lucky, it might be a deer, but I haven't seen them in a while. I'm gonna have to look that up. I have an idea of what tree you're talking about, though. Welcome back. definitely around 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. the most supernatural stuff happens. It's like all of your abilities and the senses get heightened when it hits 3 a.m. Well, I'm currently chilling in the woods right now in Michigan. Because I live out here because rent costs too much. And it's a lot more peaceful out here. You can say that, but I don't see it as that though. Like if I really, really wanted to, I could get an apartment. But with all the bills and other stuff like that, I put myself in a little bit pickle. But it's all coming together, coming through. Actually, this is like probably the best thing I needed because at the time, I still work. I still can get a job through different temp services and stuff like that. It's just I decided to move out and live in the woods area. Mainly because there's less people around. I'm like a super hermit. Appreciate it. There was a time where my senses was so heightened that I was feeling everybody's energy at the same time, and it was like I couldn't sleep where other people was near. So like, if I was like, I moved out into the woods the first time, but I was so close to where everybody, like traffic and stuff, and I was feeling the emotions of everybody who was driving past me. It is almost like there's a giant invisible field that's around people, which Cryan said is 26 feet wide, the Merkaba, and you can feel the people's Merkaba, and it's like it's huge. And if that person's having a really bad day, it's like an invisible wave of a bad day energy just traveling. What happens? It comes past me, and I feel it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I need to move further into the woods. So I start to move I moved even further into the woods, like almost 50 feet. I appreciate. He said, "You really amazing vibe, good energy. You transmit good energy. I'm doing my best." Yes, empath. So the trees in the forest have been really helping me heal. I'm not really, I don't really like all the loudness. I like it to be still and quiet. And no, if I, it's gonna take me a little while to find an apartment and stuff because I realize like even though someone's in an apartment, I can still feel the people's emotions through the walls. That's what people don't understand. Like when I walk around, I can still hear hear them, even though they're in the next room. You can still hear them. I'm gonna have to look that up. But usually, my aura is usually protected by. I just use Archangel. Well, I don't use. I work with Archangel Michael. What I do for spiritual protection, transmuting energy, is I ask my Archangel Michael for his blue cloak of light, and you will feel it. It will come over you, and it also has a hood, and it goes over your body. It goes over your energetic body. So like if you can feel you can feel your energy bodies. When you move your hand, you can feel your etheric body, emotional body. You can actually pull them up and down. They're like wavy. And then when you ask for Archangel Michael's blue cloak of light, you can feel a thin layer. It's about like this thick blue light energy surrounding your whole entire body in your body like a bubble. And whenever someone throws energy at you, it will immediately alert you. And it's almost like so like someone throw an energy cord at me, and if I grab the energy cord and close my eyes and feel it, I can feel the cord, and it leads back to whoever sent it, and then I can just like break it off and cut it. I'll be like, or I use my sword of light, and I cut it. Or I just grab it and absorb it, like, because also you have to be able to like call like alchemy. A lot of people don't understand. Like when a whole bunch of people send me black magic, energy is just energy. So I can transform that energy into more of my own energy and transmute the dark energy into light. So like a whole bunch of people start sending me all their emotions. I pass it through my heart chakra and stuff, and then I transmute it into light, and then I channel it through my hands around my aura. That is how empaths get stronger through people. When people constantly project black magic, it makes if the person learns the lessons of what the black magic is teaching them, then that's how you gain more power, or you get a little bit stronger. So I say all of them have a purpose, even the people who constantly throw black magic at us. They're helping us grow because without them, you won't be able to understand the importance of light energy. That's why I always give thanks to them and never be mad at them. Whoa. Feeling some energy on, I don't know what chakra is that? Is this the heart or the throat chakra? It's like on the side of the ribs. I think it's the heart chakra. Or you can, if you want spiritual protection, also another good way, you can just talk straight to Source Creator. You just speak to Source, and you will feel it because it'll immediately answer. No, I think it's more up here. The sacral is more down below, and the sexual reproductive organs and like the kidneys, which is I can feel the kidney energy. It's pretty calm. Okay, so I ask, dear Source Creator, I ask for a translucent shield of light. Dear Source Creator, Father, Mother, I ask for my mind to be illuminated with the light. And like that, you immediately feel like a beam of light go right through your crown, and like straight through your right through your your spine, right through your feet. It feels kind of weird. Whoa. Sounds like there's some energy that needs to be transmuted. It's good to stretch and push the energy up. You can practice moving the energy around. Like if you mimic like how I move, you can start clearing your own energy. Because the best Reiki is Reiki when you do it on yourself. Because then you can manually clear out your chakras. Like if you feel a blockage in your chakra, you can just go like this and push it out. Expand your torus field, because sometimes there's dents. Sometimes people put dents in your energetic field. So imagine you have a bubble and then it's dented. What you can do is take your hand and push the dent out. Push all the dents out until your torus field is completely round. You can feel it. You can feel when it's not, well, once you get a little practice, when you practice it, you can feel it. I need to remember that, like, not everybody is feeling what I'm feeling. Some people feel it differently. I have no idea what it is. Yes, I agree. I do Reiki myself. Thank you. Oh, I think I missed some of the comments. Your chakra and third eye. I don't know if I should move the phone sideways. Oh, don't want to go lopsided. It allows me to move the energy differently. Definitely need to invest in a camera. It's not, doesn't feel right when I do that. You said if I was living apartment. I say as long as you keep like your apartment space, like boundaries with just keep the I'll say keep working with the spirit guides and like spiritual masters and securing the boundaries. Or what you can do, you can take a purple crystal with the violet flame, like an amethyst crystal, and imbue it with the violet flame and place it in the corners of your house. And they'll irradiate the violet flame. And the violet flame, what it does is it constantly transmutes dark energy into light energy. Oh, he said hearing and feeling everyone. Yeah. That's when you start this is when you start working with the archangels because they can make you invisible to other people projecting. Like the more you work with like the archangel, like Archangel Michael, the stronger the connection. Because when you first start talking to like your spiritual masters, the connection is like smaller than a piece of hair. That's how they explain it, the cord. But the more you keep talking to them like every day or asking them, the faster you start to feel them. And what happens is the second you ask them, like imagine if you're feeling a whole bunch of anxiety and you ask one of the archangels to surround you, what they would do is they will surround your whole entire torus field, your whole entire body. They'll surround you. They'll like envelop you, and immediately it feel like all anxiety, all tension in your body, that that crushing feeling in your solar plexus, that pain that you feel in your heart chakra, the shaky legs, all that goes away instantly. It just whoosh, and then they surround you. And then what you can do is when you wake up in the morning, you say, "My Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect my front, my back, my left, my right, my above and below. Surround me in your light." And so then whoever tries to project energy onto you, it'll immediately go back. Or sometimes what I can do is I visualize a reflective mirror. And sometimes I make 3 of them or 2 of them, and I place them around me. And so when I make it, I set the program for the mirror is that only energies of unconditional love may pass through the mirror and go out, and all low vibrational energies will bounce off. And you start to see it because when someone starts throwing negative energy at you, they go like that because it immediately hits them. Or sometimes someone's planning to do like, sometimes people use they use Reiki in the wrong way, and what they do is they'll shoot a whole bunch of energy it's like a net of low vibrational energy on the floor. So you step on it, they try to they try to pull your root chakra from underneath you, and try to cause you to be unbalanced. So what I do sometimes, I walk around, I see people doing that. I take my Reiki and I fill up a ball of energy in my heart, and I pass it through my hand, and I like and just move. I move all their energy, like the whole egregore of my hand. I'll just move it out of the way, and then they'd be looking at me like what the fuck. Well, I don't care how crazy it is because I know what they're trying to do, and I'm gonna do what I have to do, so I won't walk into their little game that they try to play. Because light energy really works. It really helps, even in the astral realm, in the dream state. Sometimes in the dream state, if like someone's being like super negative and you just channel love energy or light energy of your hand, you can literally just push them away from you. Like it works with all type of things. Like like spirits, poltergeists. He just pushed them away. Sometimes I just laugh at them. Like there was a last month I went to this Airbnb and I was getting like this. I didn't realize that I was sharing Airbnb with the owner. I thought it was just an Airbnb where I was just with myself, but I guess I was sharing with the owner. But I got this like strange feeling from the house, like this very weird energy. I don't think anyone noticed it when I was live streaming at the time. This is back when I was in Arkansas, and this very strange energy that was coming up, and it was like it kept trying to hitch a ride with me just before I go into sleep. So I had to call into the archangels and surround me in like ring ray energy. I just found myself in like 3 layers of energy before I went to sleep because it was like it was trying to. It knew I was about to go in a dream state, so it tried to it tried to hop on with me, and to travel with me when I went into the dream state. But I didn't allow that to happen. And I remember on the final night, just before I had to leave, the energy, it was like this being, I don't know what it was, but it was like super mad. And it was like just before I went into sleep state. Oh shoot, I just dropped my earbud. Just before I went into going to sleep, like I was half asleep, half woke. And whenever I go into that state, you start to hear conversations of like collective consciousness, like telepathically. You start to hear other people's thoughts when you go in that between state just before you go to sleep. You start to hear everybody talking, and it was like this thing. It was like super mad and it was like yelling at me, and I woke up laughing at it. I was like, "You better go somewhere," and it left. Yes, just being able. I was like, with this new energy that we have on Earth right now, you no longer have to do a whole bunch of rituals to remove remove energies. Now, with the new energy that's coming in, since yeah, it's coming in since this year, the energy shift. It's like now when you walk in, all darkness move out of the way. Like before, we had to command everything to leave and sage, but now with our pure presence, awareness, and our consciousness, we literally push all dark energy away. That's how bright our light is. So you can go anywhere and have no fear. Also, you don't have to have any fear because all low vibrational entities, like physical entities, like reptilian beings or hybrid beings like that, they're all removed off the planet. So the only beings that you will have that would be low vibrational beings will just be low vibrational beings incarnated as humans. Those are the only ones you got to worry about. Not worry about, but just look out for. Like yeah, like the dark energy beings, they all have been removed. So only one that's left is like their minions, which is just basically you can call them demons or whatever it is, but they're basically like demons but reincarnated as humans. So like you can tell because they're like extremely violent humans. Like I mean like extremely violent. Those are the ones. Or some of them are like really sneaky. Yep, there's a lot of false lights out there, a ton. And a lot of them tried to bring me off my path until I realized it. Because at first, I didn't realize how many are actually there. There's a lot of them. Yeah, it was screaming in my ear, like not my ear, like not my physical ear, my psychic ear, like clairvoyance ear. Whenever you hear someone's thoughts, like you hear someone's thoughts, it comes in to like the right part of the brain, like the back, it enters in. It's like a consciousness stream, and it was like and then I switched my vibration up. It was like I was dialing my vibrational radio in my head, and I was going up down up down up down up down, and I switched up, and it was like boop, and then I started laughing because I switched my vibration so it can no longer speak to me. Yes, clear audience. But this was back when I was in Arkansas in the house. It was so weird. I also noticed that sometimes where I'm like about to enter my tent, and I was smelling all this like this perfume energy, and I knew it was like what they call them. I think they're called succubus energy, and it was sitting on my tent, and like if I was unable to feel energy, I wouldn't knew that it was there. But since I felt its energy, I'll immediately try to go to my sacral chakra, and I was like, no, you gotta leave, you gotta go, leave out my tent, and then I felt it just move like and just disappear. It's like, nope, you gotta go. Because they're like very, very tricky beings, seeing them in the dream state. Sometimes if they lose the disguise, they look all white. They're like all white. And they usually try to make their body look as perfect as they can until you like it. But if you see past them, you see what they really look like. They're not the best looking beings. Not gonna judge them, but they definitely don't like it if you become aware. Like a lot of times they try to trick me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I see what you're trying to do. So I head out. I had no idea what cloud magic is. Whatever we awaken, we are here for a greater shifting of the conscious frequency that tries to. That is true. You definitely tried to latch on. It's almost like they're like moths. They need lights. I don't look at them as bad. They're looking for love, but not in the right way. Sometimes even if you when you start to like when I got like marijuana and I took it as a tea, I had to immediately clear out my energy because I was feeling myself start to get drowsy, and I was like, nope, my vibration's dropping because there's like another being trying to experience my high with me, and I was feeling my vibration drop like really fast. So I immediately said, all energies or all entities leave out of my area. I'm going to experience my marijuana over myself. And immediately I felt this drowsy, sleepy presence move off my body, and then I regained my woke, my enlightened consciousness. I'll say because they like to latch on because they're trying to get high with you. But I'm raising my vibration not for just being high. I'm raising my vibration to connect to my higher mind or seventh, eighth chakra, and they try to ruin it. They took in my head, and what is it? I thought I was going to pass, and I woke up. I'm one of them now. For real. It's super annoying. It's actually really annoying, because like they're trying to make you use your sacral chakra energy, since since basically I decide I quit all porn and all sexual acts like a year and a half ago, and ever since I decided that, is like that's when like they start to ramp up trying. I was like they try to get you to temptation, and they also do it to like throughout your day. So like you're scrolling to Facebook, and all your stuff is meditation, and then out of nowhere, a random picture of someone just comes up on the phone, and it's like extremely sexual picture, and then they try to use that as an anchor in your subconscious. So when you go in the dream state, that picture comes up again, or that ad that pops up, and that ad is like a doorway into their dimension. Yes, trying to reprogram. I can hear a small animal back there. That is a new one. I haven't heard that before. It also could be the bugs on the ground. Too bad I haven't seen any of those hairy beings. Because sometimes I'm just thinking sometimes what I did to stop all that interference. It was like, okay, so like they try to bait you into doing a sexual act with them, and then as soon as you wake up in the morning, it feels like you're about to go in, like that sexual act is almost complete. And soon that happens is what I do. As soon as I wake up, I say, "My Archangel Michael, I ask you to cut this connection and remove this energy from me." And immediately, all that sexual energy that was getting like all that super hyper sexual energy that you feel in your sacral chakra, it immediately just leaves right off you. It's like it jumps right off you, and then your energy, you feel your energy coming back, because your sacral chakra is your creative energy. It's what allow you to create and feel emotions. So you need your sacral chakra energy. You don't want to waste your sexual energy. It's very, very important. It's time for us to bring, how should I put it? We're gonna attract all the people who resonate at our vibration, like-minded individuals. Art is very powerful, because I'll say, like, if your artwork, and if you put like the vibration of unconditional love into your artwork, people, you can feel the vibration of the consciousness of the person who put the art, who made the art. You can feel their consciousness through the art, and it can actually be healing, because your energy is infinite. It lasts forever. And the art can open up a pathway of understanding through someone's mind. Like I can only imagine like what it would be like if I were to like actually touch like Bob Marley's paintbrush, because I realize this is something very interesting. I see how my handwriting changed through the different people pens I pick up. Like different coworkers, they have different pens, and if I pick up one of my coworkers' pens, I can feel the vibration of the person who used the pen, and I look at my handwriting, it's all like scribbly and messed up. And so then I put it down and I went over there and grabbed another pen from a different coworker, and my handwriting was neat and perfect, almost exactly as how he would write. So I realized like his consciousness is imbued into that pen. And when I touch the pen, I channel how he writes. So that's something I notice. People's energy and objects. So just imagining being able to learn someone's skill or understand someone's skill on how they did it just by touching the objects that they use to make it. Good morning. Welcome in. I decided to go a little bit longer since I don't have work today. And it's very relaxing tonight. I find the Matrix movies very, very interesting. Like all the hidden Easter eggs they have in it. I've also found it really interesting how they said we become batteries, and which is they're not lying. Even though they look at it as a physical sense, but I'm looking at it in an energetic sense. We become energetic batteries. A lot of people give their power away to like superstars and stuff like that. They don't know it. Like when they start having a whole bunch of emotions, they start giving their sacral chakra energy away. Yes. I think once empaths realize that their ability to feel other people's emotion is not a curse, it's the basis of superpower. It's a gift to have your heart chakra open to feel other people's emotions. And you need to understand how to not allow other people's emotions to become yours, but just be the consciousness observer of the emotions and don't become the emotions and the thoughts. That statement really helped me through a lot. Not becoming the emotions. Because I had a lot of times where I was so close to passing a line where you just become insane and crazy. But I didn't buy into that belief system because I knew deep down that there was more. And I knew not to believe what other people was trying to diagnose me with. I didn't allow myself to fall into that rabbit hole. So I completely changed my trajectory. Because at the time when I was having my spiritual awakening, um, I was way too open when I was speaking. I was just saying exactly what I was seeing and what was happening around me. And when you start saying stuff like that to everybody else who's asleep, they'll call you crazy because they don't see what you're seeing. So, and how they think, since they think in 3D, they think because I don't see it, that means you're crazy. And so that's what they try to do. And I was I was just calling people. I was just calling in the people who's energetic vampires out at my job at the time. I was just calling everybody out because it was like the mask dropped. Like it was like all what was always happening was immediately shown to me. So I just start saying, "Oh my God, that person's an energetic vampire. Oh, look at that person manipulating that person. Oh, look at that person's he's lying and stuff." And then what they did, they tried to send me to like a place where you get mental evaluation, but I passed it. I wasn't I wasn't like completely prepared because at the time I took LSD and then right after I ended up taking mushrooms at the time. And at the time I was like very, very asleep, I would say. The only reason why I took LSD because I didn't know what it was. And the person I was chilling with, like the friend, they knew more about it than I did. I just like, oh, so just another thing I can do to try to escape out of reality at the time. And it had the complete opposite effect. And I think he realized that when it had the opposite effect, because I guess their whole plan was to get me to be all unconscious and dumbed down and unaware. So then so since everybody in the house was energetic vampires, like extreme, and they wanted all my energy that I had, and then they wanted to like find a way to get rid of me right after. And I ended up seeing the whole entire timeline of what was going to happen to me if I didn't change my direction. I had a choice. It's like, okay, to your right, you can choose light, which is going to be difficult and lonely, supposedly, which is not really lonely. That was just the darkness trying to tell me. But then I was like, nah, I'm just going to move to the light side, and I'm just going to move the dark side away. That sounds like a very, very nice mushroom trip. I say about 2 weeks ago, or on the 23rd, I did some mushroom. You said, so you stayed in the tent away from 9 others. Yeah, my last trip that I had two different magic mushrooms at the same time. And it's probably not the best combo. I mix one of the magic mushrooms was called Ghost, and the other one was called Penis Envy. And I ate both of them together. And at first, I was doing okay. I started the live stream. I started doing the Reiki healing. But at the same time, there was so many people coming in. And at the time, I was going through the waves where a whole bunch of people start throwing black magic or dark energy at me at the same time. So I was feeling all the energy, and I was unable to completely transmute it during the stream. So what I did is I closed it out. I surround everybody in light, and I closed out the stream, and then I turned it off, and then I sat down, and then that's when everything starts shifting and moving and swaying, and I, I felt my ego mind start to like go haywire because it was like getting shredded, like ripped up, and it was like malfunctioning. And whenever a bug or mosquito land on me, what the ego does, it makes things bigger or smaller, like it focused, like a magnifying glass. So it was literally like a magnifying glass, and I looked at the mosquito, and it was like, whoop, and it was like this big, And then so I had a whole bunch of these little spider-like creatures. They're not really spiders. I don't know what they call them. They're like fake spiders. But my tent was ripped open, like because the screen door accidentally broke it. So bugs still find some magically get in, even though I tried to seal it off. There was so many in there for some reason. It was all like chilling in there, and the vibration. I was feeling the vibration of the bug, and the bug was like very scared, and there was all scared. Like all the bugs was like shaking, and I was feeling the vibration, and the vibration was affecting me. I was like, oh shoot, it was getting big and small, big and small. No, I don't take LSD. I only took LSD one time, and all the LSD that I had, I threw in the trash at the time, because I was so mad at the time what happened, and I'm throwing it away. And then I realized how illegal it was, so that I'm glad I threw it away. uh, I still do a little bit of marijuana. I usually drink it as a tea, as a shamanic journey. And if I do mushrooms, it has to be. I'm definitely going to do it. Next time I'm going to do it in the daytime, because last time I did it, I could not go to sleep at all, because I couldn't tell if I was asleep or awake, because when I closed my eyes, I was still seeing, like I was still seeing my tent. Like I closed my eyes, but I was still seeing. And I was sitting there, and then whenever one of the bugs came, like the spider, the only thing I could see in my third eye was spider, and it was like it got big, and it's like, ah, come on, kept messing up my visualization. So I was like in an infinite loop, trying to listen to Archangel Michael, and I kept having to go back, rewind the video back, because I kept messing up. I guess I was supposed to align my consciousness with theirs, so I can move into the astral state. But I kept I kept looking at the outside reality, and I kept messing up my vibration. So let me get back into this Reiki healing, because I'm feeling my energy start to become unbalanced. I don't know what the laws are in every state. I'd say the mushroom trips to me was a little bit, they're more extreme than the LSD trip. During the LSD trip, I was still able to, like, how I explain. So in the beginning of the LSD trip, me and this other person, we start talking about, we was talking telepathically, and like he was already used to that. We was talking telepathically, and we was talking telepathically for like at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. It was just nonstop. Uh, for the mushroom, the last trip I had, the mushroom trip lasted at least 6 to 8 hours. But also, I ate like 2 grams. Hello, welcome in. Oh yeah, the LSD definitely lasted a very long time. Way longer than I thought it was gonna last. It probably felt like 24 hours, at least 15 to 24 hours, but not as intense. It went down around like 8 hours, but the aftermath was still intense. I remember when I took mushrooms. I think it was like the end of January of like 2023, and it was snowing outside. And I remember the energy in the house was so negative that I literally left. I literally walked, jumped out of the window. I started walking into the snow. I started grounding my feet in the snow, but I was literally not feeling anything. It was like some superhuman type of stuff I was feeling. Like I literally took my shoes. I know, like this is why I say yeah, it's like a fine line you have to walk where you don't want to. Like for you, everything's completely normal, but like if you go way out, then everybody else will think you're crazy. But from what your perspective, what you're seeing and what you're feeling is completely different from everybody else feeling. It's like I was so in control of my blood flow and chi flow that I was literally feeling the warm blood flows to my feet and circulate. Like I was literally circulating the blood through my feet, and my feet was not even, it's not even cold. Like when I stepped into the snow and I was walking and I walked down, I decided to walk down the street and come back. And it was like I was the most grounded experience. But what happened was someone called the cops at the time, and I started. This is when I started seeing like weird glitches. It was like very weird glitches that was happening while I sing. So I was walking, and I just walked like 2 blocks. I walked no 1 block, and walked down because I was just gonna do one circle. And I looked to my left, and there was nobody there. And I looked forward again, and I looked to my left again, and there was 5 cop cars like that. Like they just appeared out of nowhere. Didn't hear them, didn't see them. And then they all came up to me, and there was all acting weird. They was acting like really funny. Like they was acting really like skittish. Like they was ready to put their hand on their gun, like really fast. And they was asking me the date and time, and I literally just told them the date and time. I said 7:30. It's Monday, and I and I just and they was looking at me, and he's like, "Oh, do you know your name?" I was like, "Yes." I literally gave him my name, the address, and everything, and they was trying to find every which way to find a problem. And but for me, like whenever I take like LSD and mushrooms, I'm not the type of person who's drowsy when I'm doing it. It's like I'm like super aware, like hyper focus aware. My awareness is like like 10,000. And so when the cop was talking to me, he was saying something, and then they all say something, and then when they speak, all the words start to jumble up. It was like, and then I hear his thoughts, and he was like trying to confuse me in my mind. Like I don't know, like I don't know if the cop had some psychic training or some type of training, but he definitely had like some type of mental training where he was trying to mess with my mind, but I literally cleared it out, and they was looking at me funny. And when I did that, then they got mad, and then they all like they grabbed their gun, and then they was like, "Oh, I need to put your hand behind your back," right? And I wasn't moving my hand, and what the cop did, he grabbed my hand like extremely rough, and then he was like, um, it was like this weird energy that I felt in my, like this weird paralyzing energy, like this really stiff energy that was coming from his hand. I felt flowing into my arm, and he was like trying to put my hand on my back, and I was like, okay. So I walked to the police car and I sat down, and I was like, uh, he was reading off something, and I was like, oh, I'll check my own self into the hospital. And like one of the cops, I looked at him, and his energy was okay. Like when you look into his eyes, he looked normal. But when you look at the other cop, like I couldn't feel his energy. It was like blank. It was like completely blank. So the other cop who was talking to me gently and like guiding me and giving me advice, and he was like, "Just go over here." And then the other cop, his vibration was like super low. So like one of the cops, his vibration was high, and the other cop, his vibration was like really low. Like the one who had his hand on his gun, his vibration was like all over the place, like his mental state. And the other cop, his mental state was just flow, like gamma. And so I was like, oh, I signed my own self into the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and it was like, anything wrong? I was like, no. They just wanted to do a checkup. And that's like, so I started to see all these people who was in the hospital. They were screaming and yelling, and I was those. This is when you had to play like you're. It was like I had to play like I was normal, like I was play like I was not hearing the thoughts of everybody in the room, feeling the emotions of everybody. It was like a super grand test. I look at it as like an extreme test. As like I see what happened to me if I decide if I were to falter in my consciousness or buy into a negative belief system, then that's what I will become. I'll become like those people. And I knew if I didn't pass their psychic evaluations, I would be in there for a few days. So what I did was I focused on my breathing. I started moving the energy up and down through my body. At the time, all I knew is deep breaths. Because the person said, "Oh, your heart is beating super fast." I was like, "Oh, I can slow that down." And so all I did was I looked at my heart chakra, and then I literally just slowed my heartbeat down. It was like dee dee dee, and I brought it back to a normal level. You should have seen the look on the nurse's face when she seen me did that. They was looking at me like, "How do you know how to do that?" I was like, "I don't know." And then the lady, she was like, have you heard any strange voices lately? Have you heard anything?" And they was looking at me like really weird when they was all looking at me like that, and I was like, "No, I didn't hear anything." And so when I said that, the other guy in the room started screaming, "Yes, you do! Yes, you do!" And he started beating in the wall. He's like, "Yes, you do!" I was like, I just had smiling, and then he's like, "Okay, well, we're gonna go and come back." And then they left, and then when they left, one of the lights in my room turned off, so one half of my room was dark, another half of the room was light, and there was this cop who walked past my door, but it was so weird because it glitched like 3 times. He walked past my door 3 times, and I knew it was impossible for that same cop to walk around 3 times because he would have to walk all the way around and then through the other door and then come back around and then come back again. But when I looked, he literally walked past like that. Walked past 3 times. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm seeing something." And then another weird thing, another strange thing happened is I hand the lady my clothes, and I turned my head and I looked again, and then somehow my clothes was on the table, but then there was hanging up in the closet. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" So all these weird things are glitching out, and then it was like some of the doctors, there was like they like there was aware, there was like they was looking at me, just like, come on, you can do it. I was like, what? I was looking at this dude because I was feeling my consciousness slip, like I was battling my mind, staying awake, not going insane, and I was like, okay, I'm bored, I need to do something, so I start I start clean. There was like all these disgusting smear marks. It was all over the walls and stuff. And I start to clean them off. And as I start clearing off and like wiping down the walls, because I was like, man, this room is super dirty. I need to clean it. So I start cleaning, and as I start cleaning, the people in the other room start screaming like, no, no, don't do it, don't do it. And as I start cleaning, I start cleaning up the walls, and this dude started screaming so bad that that cop who was walking around, who walked past my door, they put this dude in a white stretcher thing and took him out. And when they took that dude out, the whole energy in the whole place just shifted and went back to normal. And it's crazy because that hospital that they took me was the very same hospital I was born at. So I found that very interesting. So it came back full circle. Yeah, what usually happens, that is usually the removal of something. See, a lot of people think what happens when you having a dream when you're on a table. A lot of people think something bad is happening to them. No, it's actually like the Palladians or Arcturians. What they're doing, they're removing chips out of your body. Like that's the removal process. They're removing stuff out of your body, but we get into a fear mindset where we think that we're getting attacked. But what they're actually doing is they're detaining us so they can remove like magnetic chips out of our body from like the food that we eat. So like when we eat like synthetic food or artificially made food, they have like this metal in it, like magnetite or whatever it is, like some type of metal. And since we're magnetic beings, some people can control you by just like moving the metal around in your body, like moving it, and they can like alter you. And so what they do is they come in and when you go to sleep, you're in an astral state, and since you don't know what's happening, you think that you're getting attacked, like you're getting needles, but what they're actually doing, they're removing implants from you in your dream state, and they usually wake you up at 3 a.m. to let you know, like, hey, we're about to do this. We're here right now. So wake you up at 3 a.m. Okay, that's a lot I need to read. Let me see. Warfare and one over time with the Most High. I can relate. Once you exit the Matrix, you got your eyes on. You're like you never before. They're scared because you have the power to heal and wake others from the Matrix. Yes, so true. That's all the way back to the Freemason. It's so true. Like as soon as like it's like they all know. Like it's like once you like become aware, like aware to extent. Like I remember the guy who's like, all you have to tell me. He's like, tell me once I know your name, then something about death or something. I was look at this dude, and because when I was in LSD and I looked at some people did not look human at all, like that's what was tripping me out, because some people I look at them and they got like this glow, like this halo, like they're glowing, and then another person I look, their ears are super pointy, their chin is pointy, and they look all swiveled up and dead. Um, yeah, well, the first hour I did was Reiki, but the second hour I was doing it's mostly just talking. Because I went through all the chakras earlier. Right now, I'm just doing Reiki and talking. It's a mixture of both. But thank you for reminding me. it's probably time for me to start clearing out the energy so I can close it off. So before I do that, I'm just going to do a quick rundown on all the chakras. Kind of mind, not compare. So when fear comes, that's why it's so good for us right now to be working on our shadow self, because there's going to come a time where all the veils just drop, like drop, and since we are ready, we're getting it slowly, like we're learning slowly, so we're having time. But for the other people who chose not to believe, everything is going to be like, boom, here's all the truth right there, and now you have to transmute it. So everything that we've been going through throughout the years, they have to go through in a single day. And that's when we come in as pillar of light to guide those people. But right now, we're just in the beginning stage. I think I hear a worm moving around. Look at all these spiders, all these bugs. They're all over the place. I'm getting sidetracked. I feel them crawling over my legs, my feet. Do a quick cord cutting of any lingering energies that may be in our information field. After this video, I'm gonna post another video, a Reiki video. I recorded just before I started this session. If I can get myself in the store later on today, I'll try to get on in the morning. It feels like there's a big cord in the right side of the right side of the head, right here, in the temple. Pulling away blockages on the right side of the third eye. As this assistance of my spiritual masters in transmuting this blockage on the third eye. I ask Master Saint Germain for the violet flame. And now I give thanks to my golden dragon guides for surrounding me in this Reiki session. I give thanks to my spiritual masters for assisting me in this healing today. Here my dragon guides are now surrounding you in gold dragon fire, using the element of gold. This is the year of the dragon. This is my dragon year, since I am a metal dragon in the Chinese zodiac. In 2 days, I'll be 24 Earth cycles. There's a really tough cord that doesn't want to leave. I think it's connected to the throat chakra also. For any of the new viewers who are here, I use crystal skulls. Explain to some of my older viewers why I use them. I use this skull because I connect it to my own mind and I'm able to feel the blockages within myself. And there's a blockage right here, back in the sacred mind. The skull is made of labradorite, a very protective stone for psychic. Sealing off the soul wound as assistance of the Arcturians in reclaiming soul fragment. I want to say thank you for joining me today on this Reiki healing session. May your day or night be filled with light. Namaste. I love all of you guys unconditionally.